Thank you. Thank you for the honor of being here today, Mr. President Zelensky, Mr. Prime Minister, dear friend Denis, Ruslan, Irina, dear colleagues from the parliaments of Switzerland and North Macedonia, dear representative of local authorities. Last year I was here when you launched the Crimea platform, and now we're here today with a different subject. I prepared my speech today something else in mind, so I'll read the first part, but then when it comes to recovery, I want to give you my personal and professional experience from taking Romania through the pandemic and the crisis in the last 2 years. And there's lessons there to be learned and how to help you and how to use the international institutions to help rebuild Ukraine. It is an honor and a privilege to address you here today in this difficult, tragic, but also heroic moment for your country. I'd like to express to the Ukrainian people my heartfelt condolences for the loss of life and my compassion and sorrow for the destruction caused by this cruel and justified military aggression of Russia against Ukraine. To Ukrainians, you have shown the entire world bravery and humanity. I admire your courage, heroism, and resistance. You and your president, Mr. Zelensky, inspires us all. The atrocities committed by the Russian armed forces in Ukraine will not go unpunished by the international community, nor will Putin. He is a war criminal. There is no mercy for the war criminals. Romania has firmly supported the initiation of investigation into war crimes committed by the Russian military forces. Those responsible for the heinous crimes will be held accountable. Furthermore, I think Russia has to compensate Ukraine for all the damage that is done in the last during this war. We'll make sure that they will compensate you. Romania has actively contributed to designing, adoption, and implementation of all EU sanctions against Russia. But this is not enough. There should be more sanctions against the Russian economy, and they should be tougher, and should be now. Only a total blockade will stop Russia. Trade with Russia must be stopped. International community should not be hesitant when sanctioning Russia. In the meantime, as I've said many times, Ukraine should receive all the support it needs to fight Russia and win this war, although I think you have won this war. And yes, if it means weapons, you should receive weapons. Ukraine has the sovereign right to decide the course of its foreign and security policy. Romania fully supports the European perspective of Ukraine and its aspiration to be a candidate country for EU accession. If I remember correctly, I think Romania was the first country to support EU accession last year. We stand by it, and anything you need from the Romanian experience, we went through it not long ago, anything you need, we'll provide it to you to make sure that this process is speedy and you become a full-fledged member of the European Union as soon as possible. The prospect of EU integration in the EU will provide a strong incentive for Ukraine to undertake reforms and modernize. You can count on Romania's support in this process also. We're ready to provide support for Ukraine post-war reconstruction. I'm certain that an independent sovereign Ukraine will rise like a phoenix from the ashes. You rise stronger and better than ever before. Because you, dear Ukrainians, are heroes, and this is your superpower. And all must support you unconditionally. And don't forget, Ukraine is Europe. All the help the US has provided to Ukraine since the beginning of this illegal war needs to be matched by the EU and NATO members and allies. As the European state with the longest border with Ukraine, Romania will continue to work actively within the EU and NATO to have a coordinated, clear and strong response in full support of Ukraine in standing firm against Russia and in putting an end to its illegal aggression. We must stand united in our determination to reject Russia's aggressive behavior and the challenges to the rule-based international order established since World War II. I'd like to reaffirm Romania's support for Ukrainian independence, sovereignty and territorial integrity within the internationally recognized borders. We stand in full solidarity with the Ukrainian nation and its aspiration for peace, freedom and democracy for independent, stable, modern, and prosperous Ukraine, for building a brighter future in the European community. I cannot express how happy I am that you're having this meeting here today. That means that you are looking to the future, and you're actually, seeing the future, the bright future that you have ahead of you. As I said, I think it is a great time right now for international community to come together to support all the efforts, but at the same time, we should not be shy and make Russia pay for all the damage that is caused to Ukraine. This is something that we will support the international community, that Russia should be made to pay for all this. Again, anything you want from our side, from Romania, in terms of experience, how to negotiate with international financial institutions in terms of getting better terms, how to navigate through the bureaucracy of EU and the EU accession. We're there to help you. We went through it. It is difficult, but we've learned our lesson, and we can help you to speed up the process. Thank you for offering this opportunity to be here today. We stand with Ukraine.